The Chicago Bulls have added some depth to their team with all the injuries that have come up as of late, and Nikola Vucevic has spoke out on the tough loss to the Boston Celtics last night, what may have gone wrong. I'm your host, Joey Mercer. This is another episode of Bulls Digest. And before we get into it there today, I just want to say that about 80% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and every single time we upload, you'll be able to stay up to date with your Chicago Bulls and our takes on them. So without further ado, let's get right in the first topic of today, and that is Bulls add some depth. Now, we know they've been strongly criticized, and I've criticized them myself, that no moves were made at the trade deadline for another year. They haven't gotten anybody from the buyout market, but they have converted somebody from the Windy City Bulls to a regular NBA contract. This was a little bit different than I thought it was going to go. I thought they were going to sign somebody in the buyout market immediately, but it seems as if they've gone a different direction than a lot of us thought they would have. It says right here, Shams tweeted out earlier today saying the Chicago Bulls are converting two-way forward/guard Onuralp Biddum to a standard multi-year NBA deal, sources tell The Athletic and Stadium. Biddum has averaged 14 points and 43% shooting from three for the Bulls' Windy City G League affiliate. So interesting signing there. Obviously, they did need some much shooting, and they found it within their system. Hopefully, this pays off for them, because the whole time that Biddum's been a part of the end of the rotation, he hasn't seen the floor. So he only played 2 minutes last night, so it'll be interesting to see if they try to incorporate him even at the end of the rotation. Probably similar minutes, just a bit below Julian Phillips, who had another solid game last night. But I don't know about this conversion. I thought they were just going to sign somebody like Joe Harris. Hopefully they can play more minutes, but I guess they have more faith in their G League team that's developed this guy. You can see right there, once again, if I butcher the name, I'm very sorry, but it's Onuralp Biddum, I believe. He is number 17. He, for the Windy City Bulls, of course, plays forward down there. Could also play guard. He is 6'6", 215. He is from Turkey, and he was undrafted, only almost 25 years old. He'll be 25 next month. So still very young, still time to develop a guy like this. Usually NBA players are almost where they need to be by then, but some come in at a later age. You have different guys like PJ Tucker coming in at a later age after going overseas, and maybe Biddum is another guy that could come at a later age and really excel for the Bulls. You can see these are the numbers that he put up down there. Once again, I don't expect too much, but you never know, so I'd like to cover it. We can see in 32 minutes a game in 12 games, he started all of them, putting up 17 points actually for the Windy City Bulls. So I'm not sure where Shams exactly got that number, but you can see it's 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, almost a steal, and only 1.7 turnovers. He's only taken 1 free throw a game, but shooting 83%, and that is almost 8 threes a game at 43%. So he could be a very good three-point shooter, which is exactly what the Bulls need. He's also shooting 46% from the field, which is okay for a guy that has shot that many threes. It's pretty good all around for him. His defense, I have heard, is not so great, but that is a guy that hopefully can get some rotation minutes and make some noise for the Bulls. Now, a familiar face has joined the Windy City Bulls in replacement of Biddum, and that is actually former Knicks guard Ryan Arcidiacono. This was tweeted out from Michael Scotto, and he said that he's joined the Chicago Bulls G League affiliate, the Windy City Bulls. League sources have told Hoops Hype. Arcidiacono appeared in 20 games for the Knicks this season and previously spent 4 seasons with the Bulls. Now, I don't expect anything to happen here. Arcidiacono looks pretty washed, and he didn't do pretty well anything with the Knicks, but it is cool to see him back in the system with the team that it started with for him. Interesting enough, I didn't think he was going to leave the Knicks just because of his ties with Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Dante DiVincenzo through Villanova. But now back in the Bulls system, very interesting to see. Josh Hart was actually repping his Villanova jersey there last night in their game. And yeah, good to have him back in the system, and best of luck there for Ryan Arcidiacono. The second topic we'll be talking about there today is Vucevic speaks out. Now, this loss last night, it was a very important game to try to win, but it's also the best team in the NBA, arguably. So the Boston Celtics are not a team that we thought we were going to ease past, but the Bulls, the way they lost this game, it could have easily been prevented, and I think that's why Vucevic wanted to speak out. The title in this one was Bulls Nikola Vucevic names biggest difference in loss to Celtics. Now, what could that may be? Because Vooch has definitely struggled in some aspects, but has been a key focal point of the Bulls offense so far this season. We can see here it says the Chicago Bulls are at their best when they run the offense through Nikola Vucevic. That could definitely be argued, but sure. At least they were against the Boston Celtics, according to the two-time All-Star big man. They still came away with a loss in their first game back from the All-Star break, though, a 129-112 defeat. The Bulls had erased a 16-point first quarter deficit to take a 62-59 lead at halftime. So they erased that once again. This team is definitely a team that likes to come back from being down the first quarter. The Bulls don't usually come out strong, but they usually finish strong. This was a little bit of a different case. They did it in the second quarter, but the third was a different story. They outscored the Celtics 39-28 in the second quarter, but the Celtics responded with a 37-21 edge in the third quarter. In the second quarter, when I really got going, I think it was we were playing at a quicker pace, Vucevic told reporters after the game. I was able to get a lot of my shots in the pocket out of transition and screen and roll, and things like that when their defense wasn't set. In the third quarter, with them making so many shots and us having to get the ball out of the paint so many times, the game kind of slowed down and they took away a lot of those in the pocket. They got into us. We weren't able to get much going, so that was, I think, the biggest difference and took away stuff in the pocket. Now, interesting enough for Vooch to kind of come out and talk that he thinks that the offense was running smoother through him, but obviously it did work in the second quarter last night, and things just happened to fall apart in the third. You can see this tweet from Hoop Informatics saying, I'd really like to see Vucevic pop to the corner three area here. He shot 46% from the corner last season and 43% from this season on low volume. Total three-point shot taken this season above the break are 192, and corner three is only 14, so 93% of his shots are from above the break, and as we know, he is really struggling shooting threes this season, and a lot of it could be those misses from the top that he could be taking from the corner if it would be proper offensive sets. I have to look at it to see if I've changed. Could have been more aggressive, he said, but that's what it felt like. So interesting to see some of these quotes from Vucevic, but yeah, he kind of blamed some things on himself. Good to take kind of accountability there, but it is definitely a full team effort. Vucevic had a team-high 22 points and 14 rebounds, adding 2 assists. But he had just 2 points on 1 of 7 shooting in the second half, so could be a lot of aggressiveness there. That is not a lot of shots. It's also a poor field goal percentage, and he might have got a little bit discouraged because of that. Nikola Vucevic, Bulls, not a good shooting team. His shooting slump continued, though, as he was 0 for 3 from 3. The Bulls notably took 28 threes all game to the Celtics' 47. Chicago sunk 10 of their deep looks compared to 23 from Boston, and I think some of that had to do with them calling up Bidham because he is such a good three-point shooter down there instead of them having to negotiate a contract. It's a quick conversion there to get him from the Windy City Bulls up to the Chicago Bulls in the NBA. It is a little bit of a cheap conversion for them to try to do something like that, but I can understand after this loss to try to make a move like that right away. That's what they do, Vucevic said. They're a really good shooting team. They got a lot of shooting out there. I mean, their whole starting five can really shoot it. So we knew that was coming. Obviously, that was the big difference. They almost hit as many threes as we shot. It's hard. It's really hard, especially a gap like tonight. I think we have been a little better this season with that at times. But yeah, a game like tonight when they really get hot and we're not really making shots in general, we're not a great shooting team for threes like that. It's difficult. He would then go on to say that Casey Johnson tweeted out, Celtics outscoring Bulls 27-10 in third thus far. Bulls minus 27 from three-point line. Not exactly what you want to see tweeted out there. That follows up by saying the Bulls ranked 22nd in three-point attempts and 19th in efficiency of the season per NBA.com. That has been their biggest struggle overall once again this season. It's not the first season in recent memory that they've struggled from the three-point line. The Celtics rank 1st and 4th, respectively. That is difficult for Vucevic and the Bulls to overcome, especially shooting a pedestrian 35.7% from deep to the Celtics' 48.9% on the game. So they really were blazing, but the Bulls definitely weren't helping their own cause in this contest. The Bulls didn't respond well to the Celtics' third quarter surge either. In the third quarter, I thought they really took it to us, and we didn't really respond well, Vucevic said. We missed some shots early in the third quarter, and they made some shots, and we kind of got down on ourselves and never were really able to get back into the game. The Bulls were only 6 of 14 from deep at halftime, while the Celtics were 10 of 22, which is crazy shooting and crazy volume as well, which is going to be really hard to keep up with. But they were 2 for 7 in the third quarter, while the Celtics went 7 of 11, which is once again incredible efficiency, sealing their fate and sending them to 26 and 30 on the season. Finishes up here by saying, obviously, it's a big difference. Definitely impacted the game, Vucevic said. They made some tough ones for sure, but they're a really good team. Probably the best team in basketball right now, and they showed it. Now, that just simply isn't good enough at the end of the day. If this team's looking to make the playoffs, they can't just say, oh, well, the Celtics shot really well. The Bulls didn't shoot well. Was their defense there on the perimeter on some of those shots? No, I have to say it wasn't. They could have contested some of those a lot better. Some of them definitely fell, even though it was good defense. But overall, our defense on the perimeter and our shooting from the perimeter last night was really poor. Hopefully, we can get some minutes from Bidham, who is really good three-point shooter in the G League, and hopefully that really converts to the NBA lifestyle and he's able to hit some of those shots, at least close to the 43% clip that he hit in the G League. But once again, I have to be a little bit skeptical if that's going to happen, but we'll have to see. Let me know what you thought down below in the video about all of this. And yeah, I'd like to hear from all you guys. Like the video if you did like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Sign out.